think what we're not afraid of is, and we're excited to do, is show the mystery part. It is a mystery, and it's a musical adventure, and I think getting to show the music as well, that we're able to do that, I think is exciting.
We wanted to go with a different color palette just to sort of separate it from Frozen 1. We always liked the fact that if you looked at one frame of Frozen 1, you could go, that's. We want you to do the same with Frozen 2. You're going to see a different color palette, that's Frozen 2. But really to support the story was more than anything, and that was as our characters are maturing and growing older, and you know, life gets maybe a little rockier, a little tougher sometimes. We wanted to sort of do that with the color palette and that sort of the rich autumn. I always look at autumn as kind of, you know, the years starting to mature also. Summer's this great, you know, you're young, you're in your 20s, now you're starting to mature a little bit in the autumn. So it seemed to fit and support the story.
I hope so. I mean, I love the music, and there's such a great range of it. I mean, Elsa even has another song, not just the one we showed today, and Kristoff finally sings, which is so fun. And every song is so different, so emotional, funny, and I think Bobby and Kristen did an extraordinary job and creating whole new songs that we're all singing here. So it's like we keep catching each other. So I hope that's a good sign. One of the shots recently, we were talking, it's about 2.5 seconds long. It took one computer 130 hours just to render it. And that's just one. So we had, for this final scene that we hadn't seen till this couple weeks ago, we had to finish everything else first, so every computer and
we actually didn't have enough computers in the building.
We had to borrow computers.
Compute on the cloud.
Yeah, to finish rendering the movie. So it is the most visually complex film we've ever done. So. Josh is very funny. Oh. Some of the line Samantha, he made that up. He just said, I want to try something, and we laughed so hard. And then Samantha became an important part of the film. And I know they do a fantastic job with the cast for all the different countries and the dubbing and everything. And I think, but what helps us a lot is Kristen Bell, particularly, and Josh Gad. They're so funny in their own way, and we improv in the room a lot with them, and they bring a lot of themselves to it. It helps as a writer. I love it.
You do see Rapunzel in the first movie, and I think that was. We often give a nod to previous films, and I think that's what it was. To my knowledge, there's nothing beyond it.
We haven't talked anything beyond
we know of.
I love reading all the theories, though, so I don't want to say anything because I want to just keep enjoying hearing all the theories. The first one, we didn't think past. It was a story about someone who was different and being accepted, and she was, and then we didn't think past that, and then all of a sudden, well, what does that look like? And then why does she have powers? And then those questions came later, a year later, and then we realized we had another. As of right now, I'm like, we've answered every question, but I don't know if we have.
And it does feel like Frozen 1 and Frozen 2 together feel like one complete story. I love the way you've tied it back to the first movie. So even back to your question, I think you'll take comfort in the fact that it always feels like it was planned as one journey.
Oh wow, on the big screen? Well, it's, I think the epic scale of it, you really need to see it on the big screen. You know, we look at it on monitors sometimes and we're just sort of approving things, but when we finally see it on the big screen, even we go, wow, this is really incredible. So it's the scale, I think it's the scale, the colors are gorgeous, once again. And then you're gonna have the sound, you're gonna have the music, which is, there's nothing like hearing it in a theater with those great speakers and everything, and just being surrounded by that.
We're doing the sound mix now. That's the last piece, and we're in the big room, and we're like, more. I want to feel it in my seat, and because it's so you feel the whole movie when it's in the theaters. That's what I love.
I think too, like the first movie, we take the audience hopefully through a range of emotions, and in the first movie, people then wanted to bring their friends, bring other family members back to the theater to see it again, because you want to experience that with a group of people. And I think this is just one of those films that feels good. Plus, it's hard to do a sing-along just at home.
I'm an Anna, but I worship Elsa just like Anna does. It's very true. I'm like.
And I always feel like Anna's the underdog. She has no special power. Well, she does have her own special power, but it's not a physical one like her sister. So I have to say Anna, although I love them both.
I have to say Anna.
I think Elsa's doing just fine. But I'm like her. I think because I look up and I go, you know, she's like the big sister. I have a big sister.